Hey, Chicago coaches, Paul here, along with Misty and Lindsay and Josh from the Chicago Market Council. And we're making this video for you based on a post and some comments that were on the Team Chicago page yesterday. And first of all, I want to say to Lisa Mount, awesome post. So Lisa was wondering why Indianapolis and Minneapolis are far exceeding the number of people that attend their Saturdays versus Chicago here. And believe it or not, your market council has been wondering the same thing for a long time. Individually, as coaches of our own teams that have coaches in the area, and as a market council. And we've also been talking with corporate about that for a long time, and corporate has been wondering why that is. And let me just lay some truth on you. Other markets get super trainers. They get big names from Beachbody because they have the numbers to support it. That's the truth. Corporate looks at our numbers of our Super Saturdays and decides where the trainers are going to go for the next few Super Saturdays. So if we want to get trainers to come here, and if we want to get big names to come here, we have to bump our numbers up. We have to show that we're engaged, right, in the business. That's just the truth. That's just the way it is, right? So let me give you a little background history on the Market Council to begin with. First of all, there was no Market Council a couple years ago. What they had was just anybody who was like a star diamond in the area and who was willing to host, they would just rotate. They would just change and host an event. And then they corporate started coming up with these market councils, and they invited a few of the star diamonds to do it. And it was an invitation only type thing. You could agree or disagree. It's still volunteer, but it was agree or disagree. It was volunteer. You had agreed to be on the council, and then again, you just rotated hosting duties. Well, I can tell you now that the way we do things on the Chicago Market Council is there's no rotation of duties. Everybody participates. Like all four of these people and the three other people that are on the council, they all participate in every single event that we put on. So there's no like two personality thumbprints on each and every event. That could be completely different. Everybody's involved, so there's no, and we're all from different teams too, so for the most part, so there's no like one way is the best way. We're all doing things together. And yes, we specialize in certain things, and that's good. We play to our strengths. So hopefully you're seeing a little bit more consistency from event to event to event. Now, a couple of the comments that we got were along the lines of, well, the events aren't friendly and I've never felt welcomed and things like that. And I think I'm going to let Misty take care of that one here.
Hey everyone, my name is Misty Nana, and I want to say that when I started as a coach just 3 years ago and I attended my first Super Saturday event, it was just my husband and I. And I knew that if I wanted to connect and meet people, it was going to be up to me to make that happen. So I made it a mission to go up, smile, say hello to as many people as I could and introduce myself. And same thing went as I still am when I went to NLC in California. Again, I knew nobody. I had to make it a point to go up and meet people. And again, that's by talking to others. That's how you grow your biz, you build relationships. So I would say, just like me, it's really up to us as coaches to mingle and make it fun. It's all what you put into it. If you're going to go in with an attitude of no one's talking to me, then that's what's going to happen. You just need to open up, go out and meet people. And this is network marketing. This is what we do, right? So just be approachable, have fun, and it's up to you to mingle and talk.
Yeah. And, a couple of comments were like the Super Saturdays felt cliquey. Well, people are excited to see their own teammates that they probably see on Facebook all the time, but not get together in person except for once a quarter. So that's naturally going to happen at events. No matter what event you go to Super Saturday, you go to Summit, you go to Leadership, people are going to gravitate toward their teams. You know, but, and I guess we can put it out there and ask, like, all of you guys need to be welcoming to other people from other teams. That helps the network in general. That helps coaching in general. That benefits all of us in general. I mean, we share best practices amongst teams and amongst councils for that very reason, because it helps everyone. You know, the rising tide lifts all boats. So try not to, you know, don't exclude anyone. Walk up to people. Now, can we as a council maybe do a few things? Yeah, and we've taken that feedback here, and we're going to try to implement a few things. And I want to let Lindsay talk about that whole aspect of it.
Yes. Hi, everyone. So first I want to tell you guys, thank you for posting this, because as a market council, and especially kind of trying to revamp everything and get the numbers up and make sure you guys are having fun, this is the type of stuff that we need to hear. But something you may need to hear is, might help you guide us a little bit better. So we definitely understand that we can do something different on our end to help you feel more welcomed and more comfortable. But what we're looking at here is a few different things that you guys have expressed to us in the past. And one would be the time frame. So in this event, when it gets over 4 hours, a lot of us have to leave. We have kids that we need to get to. We have babysitters we need to relieve. We have family events that we want to be a part of. A lot of us work Monday through Friday, and to come to a Super Saturday, that 4 hours is about as much as we can comfortably give. So what we're asking is, what is important for you in those 4 hours? We know recognition is huge. We know a live workout. We know that you guys love the training. We've heard more feedback of you definitely like the break in there to get to be able to have your team pictures and things like that. Sorry, I get super out of breath right now sitting like this, and I'm pregnant, so I'm talking. But with that, you guys a few of you expressed that maybe we could do an icebreaker of some sort. So we could do that, and we could get you guys up and mingling and talking and figuring out, you know, meeting different teammates and things like that. But if we do that, then I would like to know, and we would like to know at the Market Council, what are you willing to give up to keep it in that time frame that you've expressed to us that's important to you? So there's lots of things that are important to you in this event, and there's only so much that we can control and give to you. So what are you willing to give up? Or are you willing to kind of step out of your comfort zone a little bit? Like Misty had said, at NLC, I just went, and I'll be the first to tell you that there was an event at night where it was a reception, and everyone was drinking wine, and I couldn't drink any wine. And do you know what? I walked away. I stood in that reception for the first 30 minutes, completely uncomfortable, not talking to anybody, and having this attitude of like, I think I'm just going to leave. I'm not going to meet anybody and talk to anyone because everyone gets to have wine and I don't get to. And I felt unwelcomed. But the minute I just said, that's because maybe I'm unwelcoming. And I'm not saying you guys are. I'm not putting this like pointing fingers at you. But what I found is that it was me. And I needed to go up and be welcomed, because at Summit and at other large events that Beachbody does for us, are there icebreakers to get us to feel comfortable? No. We meet each other. We do what we do, whether we're with our team or whether we're alone or whether we're with one. And what they do is they present to us the need to know, the fun, the excitement, the motivation, and the meat of it. And they can only do that in so much time, and they leave the rest up to us. So I just want you to know we hear your suggestions. We love them. We appreciate them. We want more of them. But when you're giving them, just please ask yourself, if I can only work within 4 hours, what am I willing to give up in order to do a game of some sort or an icebreaker to make myself feel more comfortable?
Awesome. And you know, what's the first rule of personal development, which we should all be doing? Be the change you want to see in the world. And the second rule is, remember, whenever you're pointing a finger at a problem, there's 3 fingers pointing back at you. So be the coach that goes to Super Saturday that you want welcome. Be that person. And along those lines, one of the trends that we've seen here is if people have a negative experience at one event, they tend to categorize all future events will be negative too. Well, that's just not true, And look, I know we had an event that didn't really go well. There was a whole bunch of factors that were involved in why that happened. Outside, a lot of it was outside of our control, but you can't let that dictate how the importance of getting to events and the importance of getting your coaches and your teams to events and how they go. Look, not every speaker panel at Summit is a winner, but you still go to them. Not every event is going to be the end all be all and make you just magically do your business and magically grow your business. No, it's you take a little bit of here, you take a little bit of there. But every successful coach, and I know your upline has told you this, has said events are important. Get to events, get to events, get to events. So if you guys want to have bigger events, if you want to crush the numbers that Minneapolis and Indianapolis and all the other Appalases are getting, you've got to show up yourselves, and you've got to encourage your people to go. And you've got to get them there, get them in the seats, and you be welcoming to them. One of the other trends we've seen is that if a particular leader doesn't show for whatever reason, their local upline or downline won't show up because they didn't go. Guys, that's not helping. That's not helping them. And it's not helping us as a group. And I think I want to let Josh talk a little bit about that and business and things like that.
Thanks, Paul. Yeah, my name's Josh, and I wanted to address a little bit about how attendance is, we've talked about attendance and things like that. So this is a business just like any other business you go to. You frequent Starbucks, things like that. So what I want to do is talk about if an example was used earlier about Shakeology, if sample packets. So if I was to hand you a sample of Shakeology and give it to you for free, most likely if you're female, was made a point, you would throw it in your purse. It may explode. It may not get drank. And then you may end up drinking it after you've been bugged 3 or 4 times by whoever give it to you. Same way with an Energize packet. I've actually given Energize packets out to people before, and I ask them, how'd that workout go? Well, I still haven't used that. Well, why not, right? Here's the reason people don't take that and run with it and really and take it right away is because they didn't invest in it. They didn't purchase it from you. They did not put skin in the game. So I think what we'd seen a trend of is people weren't putting skin in the game with purchasing their tickets for the guests were coming for free, whether it's registered or non-registered coaches, whatever we are seeing. We as a market council have to plan for the amount of people coming too. And to do that, we need to make sure people are committed to us as we make the investment as well. And so my challenge to everyone, and I've owned businesses in the past, and I had to put my faith into employees when I interviewed them, and I made the investment. They weren't maybe capable of something at the very beginning, but it was up to me to train them and put belief in them and be patient with them to invest my time and money into growing them. So my challenge to everyone that's viewing this is to not look at the guest price as a negative thing, but when we have a flash sale or if we have a guest ticket, you as the coach to build your business, think about it as a business and invest in 3 people right now. Invest in 3 people because we're all about inviting people, okay? So here's your opportunity between now and September to our next event to invest in 3 people. And you don't need to know their names right now. Go buy the tickets. In that way, you've invested in 3 people that you could change their life. You can change their financial freedom. You can change their fitness, anything like that. You can bring them to an event. And I promise you guys, the investment will be worth it because September is going to be huge. We've got 2 new flavors of Shakeology. We've got a super trainer that was just announced that I bet if we get our numbers up, guys, we will see that super trainer at our Super Saturday. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I would put a lot of money on that too. So also, if we can get the investment up front too, we can get big name coaches to come in and drop a lot more truth and invest in you guys as well with what they know. And I think that's what everyone's looking for. So if you can bring those guests, if you can invest in them, make the investment in yourself, in your business, I promise you it will return you tenfold if you do that now and you make that commitment.
Awesome. Yeah, that's the truth. And, you know, these things cost money to put on. They do. And we have to plan ahead for the numbers. Now, in the past, we would try to gauge like about how many people are and go find a venue. And in Chicago, believe it or not, there aren't a lot of venues that can hold the number of people, especially when we do a workout, that we need. Now, we have a venue that is expandable at the same price. I mean, whether we get 200 people in there or 1,800 people in there, it's the same price for us. And it's a really good price for that size. And that's why we are able to get that venue and book it out in advance for us. So if we have a super trainer come, which tends to draw more people, we have the space to do that. We have the capability to do that. But in our minds, and as a business owner, it shouldn't matter if a celebrity trainer is coming or not. I mean, you should want to show up to events all the time because you're going to get stuff out of them. And hopefully you're going to give a little bit too when you're welcoming the people, when you go up and talk to people, when you share ideas, when you commiserate on best practices. That's the purpose of events. You know, it's not to go there and be told what to do and how to do it. The purpose of events is to lift everyone up, right? So I hope this short video here has given you guys a little more understanding of what's the behind the scenes stuff and giving you some truths about how things operate from the corporate end toward the master or the market council here. You know, a lot of it is dictated by corporate. Now we've got some awesome events. We got the Super Saturday in September coming up. You know the calendar date. Mark it down. Plan to have babysitters. Plan to have your dogs spayed and neutered before that, and your cats euthanized. Because cats always get sick the day of Super Saturday. So make sure they're taken care of. I don't like cats, even though my wife has one. Therefore, I have one. So plan ahead for that. We've got Kim Carver's 4 Vital Behaviors training. Guys, I've been told nothing but awesome stuff about that training. Now, it's currently scheduled for Thursday night, June 1st. However, we just got a message this morning that we might have to change the date, and that has to do with Kim's travel ability to that Sunday, the 4th. We'll keep you advised on that. And for those of you that bought tickets, don't worry, we'll take care of you too already. And then we have another event coming up August 5th, which we cannot talk about. But it's going to be huge, and you guys are going to love it. Right? But we are bound to not talk about what that event is and all that is entailed in it until we are told we can. But you will get first crack at it. I guarantee that as a Chicago coaches. So the council's got stuff lined up for you. It's up to you guys to show up and invest in your own business through events. And please keep giving us feedback. We read that, we love it. You know, we're all volunteers and we're just doing our best to give everybody a good experience that they can take away from. Also knowing that we're not going to be able to please everyone. It's just impossible to do. So, you guys want to say anything else before we sign off here? Cool. So we'll see you at the Kim Carver training, hopefully. Remember, there's only 200 seats available right now. and we'll see you sometime in August. And then we'll definitely see you at Summit and Super Saturday in September. So thanks, guys. Have a great week.